Hey guys, welcome back to Daniel's Balls. And today we're back in the closet, and the closet has changed since the last time you've seen it. I do have this set up right here, and this is where I'm growing some plants, and I'm setting up a terrarium. It's not doing so well, but I do want to make more terrariums in the future. Maybe I'll make a video about that for you guys. But today I'm going to be showing you what's in this right here. Alright, so right here I've just got my 10-gallon tank aquarium that I've been using. I don't have an animal for it permanently yet, but I've been using it when I've been cleaning the tanks for Snowball and Socks. And I put what I have today in here because I don't want it to escape. It can, and I don't really trust what it's in right now, but what it is in right now is a old betta fish tank. And I think this is a really good option because it has this hole in the top so it can breathe, but it can't easily get out. And it's sealed on the lid. And let's show you what's inside. Alright, so this is what I have right now. It's got some dirt and some moss and some mulch. And the mulch, there's some mulch in the dirt and a big piece for a hide. And that'll help keep the soil loose, so it can dig easily. And it is a burrowing species, and it is a snakin'. This is what I have it in right now. I don't know if you guys can see him already. I do think it is a him. But what I have right here today is a Southern Ringneck snake. And this is a species that is native to my area. And he's really cute, and he was just outside in my yard. We were doing some yard work, and he was under the dirt, and ringneck snakes are a species that it's very small, so it can only really eat earthworms and small bugs like crickets and some slugs. So it's not really a great option for a pet. And I definitely will not be keeping this as a pet. And they're very hard to breed in captivity also. So if you do have one as a pet, it's probably wild caught. You probably caught it yourself, or a breeder or a store caught it outside. And they're really bad to keep in captivity. And they need something, probably, if you were going to keep them in captivity, something like a 10-gallon like this. Just so they have enough space to dig. And they don't really need that much heat. They don't need much heating. You can keep their tanks really around 70 degrees during the day and around 60 at night. So it's pretty good for just a standard house, like room temperature. And the reason that I put that mulch in is for a hide. And I've been seeing him in there more than dug up in the soil. But he was at the bottom of the tank, and I could see him at the bottom of the tank. And so he's a Southern Ringneck snake, and that's just one subspecies of the species of ringneck snakes. And there are some throughout the Mississippi River and all the southern states, southeast. And there are some around Mexico, I believe. So mostly just the southern area of North America. And they're tropical, but they can survive in a desert, because they will bury themselves, and they'll dig. And I think they're a really cool species. And one thing that I think is really cool is they are venomous. They are rear fang venomous, I think, and their teeth are not strong enough to puncture human skin, so they're completely harmless to humans. But they do use that to kill their prey. So that one of the things that shows that they're venomous is that red belly, that orange and red belly with the yellow, and that's also really impressive. I think that's really a nice feature, and they look really nice. and then that top is just jet black, and it's almost iridescent, and it's very smooth. They do not have keeled scales, and they're very soft when you're feeling them, when you're holding them, and they stay reasonably clean, especially since they do dig. They stay very clean. Their scales do not have any dirt on them or mud. So this is kind of like an in-depth video about the certain species of Southern Ringneck snakes that I did find in my yard today. And I think he's really cool. I do think it's a he because it's a lot smaller, I think, than usual. And the tail is pretty long. And it does curl up. It curls up, and that's a defense mechanism to show that bright red. So yeah, this is his tank again. His enclosure for now. And he's probably back in here. Or he's dug under. But yeah, I do have some moss. Maybe that'll grow in the next 1 to 2 days that I'll be keeping him. And I will release him back into the wild when I'm done playing with him. But I guess that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is really interesting for me to find him. And they are local. I see them quite a bit. But this one was really nice. And since I found him today, I thought I'd show you guys. So, if you did enjoy this video, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Alright guys, so I'm going to release him now. Let's see if he's right here. Nope. Let's find him. Oh, here he is. Hey buddy. So, alright, okay, so we're going to release him. And I'm just releasing him on a board on the side of my house. So hopefully soon, if I move this board, I'll be able to see him again. But I guess this is it, buddy. Bye-bye.